on this about, it will go to about. So by using the toggle tab, this is a combination of tab. So I will give you an example here. This is an example for now with the tab containers. So next important in the Bootstrap components, we have another component that is the navigation bar, nav bar. We have nav bar. This nav bar is a dynamic nav bar. And this nav bar is very popularly seen in the websites. So we can use that nav bars. So to create this nav bar actually, so we have nav bar. So nav bar is a dynamic navigation bar. So navigation bar. And what are the classes used for this is, we have like nav bar. We have like nav bar expand. Expand is used for adjusting the size according to the width of the window. You can have expand LG large. So we have nav bar themes like nav bar dark. So we have like nav bar light. Those are the themes for the nav bar. You can change the background color. So we have like nav bar brand. We have a nav bar brand. And we have a nav bar toggler. Nav bar toggler. And we have a nav bar toggler icon. Nav bar toggler icons. We have nav bar toggler icon. And inside that, we have nav bar collapse. Nav bar have a collapse. So the collapse will use collapse option, and it will use nav bar navigations. So we have nav bar navigation. So we can have drop downs, text boxes, anything inside the navigation bar. Usually this is used for displaying contents with the dynamic responsive combination actually. So you can add any content inside it. For example, see how we can create this dynamic navigation bar. So let's copy that here. All these scripts are required. I will add a new file here. Dynamic nav bar. Okay.html. And in this, we have doc type HTML, head, and the title nav bar. And in the body, let's paste these two. And the link relation is equal to style sheet. href is equal to node modules, bootstrap, dist CSS, bootstrap CSS. And in this, we are creating a nav. That is the navigation area we want to design. And this navigation area contains the class as nav bar. And it have nav bar expand, large, medium, small, like that. And we have theme nav bar dark. And if you are using dark, BG dark. So we can give a navbar dark like appearance. In the navbar, so initially you can see that this is the navbar design. Currently, so in the navbar will keep a container fluid. So inside that, so that it fits correctly for the content. Okay. And generally, navbar contains a brand. So generally, brand is nothing but some title. Suppose Amazon Shopping. That is actually the text Amazon Shopping. This Amazon Shopping is defined with a class as navbar brand. It is considered as brand. So this is the navbar brand. We have that title, navbar brand will come. And when user clicks, we can get to the home page whenever required. So href is equal to hash like this. So navbar brand is nothing but this title you want for the navbar. After that, navbar usually have a button. So we put a button. Actually, this button is considered as, so class, this is as navbar toggler. It is considered as navbar toggler. And what it will toggle, I will tell you. So initially, that is navbar toggler. And we put a span. Toggler will have a toggler icon. Span, we will put a class called navbar toggler icon. Usually, navbar toggler will display here. It is not showing because depends on width actually. If I am changing the zoom size, you can see the button will come right side. You see zoom size or width, you see that right side, a toggler button will come. You can keep this anywhere you want. When I zoom in, it is not displaying. That means I adjust the width here. When I am adjusting the width, then you can see that. So this I am adjusting to the maximum width. Now see the button is not there. When I'm adjusting the width, then the button comes. The button comes here. You can keep anywhere. You can keep, I will remove here and put after this now. That means now button will be left side, title will be here. Your wish. You can display anywhere you want. So it is adjusted with the width. Now zoom. So you see it will come like this. According to the zoom levels, it will display. I actually, inside this, below this, inside the container, so navbar items, which can collapse. We created VLAN. We will put a class called collapse. And this collapse will use navbar collapse. So a combination, and ID I will use as nav items. That is the ID. Now inside this, we need to create navbar items. We need to create the navbar navigation. That means inside this collapse, we will create an unordered list, and we give the class as this is navbar navigation. And generally navbar navigation contains nav items. We have list item. It will contain, so the class as nav item. And inside nav item, nav link. Already we know that. So we defined some home. So it will be treated as class. So nav link. href, something we defined hash. This is So the nav bar, nav item. Similarly, we create other nav items. So home, I defined as electronics. So another item as footwear. So like this footwear, and another item like fashion. You can keep anything inside. So fashion like this. You see, these are the nav bar items: home, electronics, footwear, fashion. And generally, when my zoom level is changing, automatically they will hide and only this button will come. When I click the button, it should open this. It should open this collapse. And you know how to do that. So we have to use data BS toggle. Data BS toggle. It should toggle so that collapse and target. Data BS target. Target is hash nav items. So this collapse should open. That means now you see here, when I click on that, it will open those options. And I click and they will hide. And if my width is normal, then it will display the contents. That means it will show home, electronics, footwear working fine. But when I am adjusting the width, so, and I'm changing my zoom level, this is the zoom, just is out, and I nav bar toggler. I can open select. The nav bar. If it's function on a large